Before we dive into the labyrinthine world of World War II survival, I want to invite you to subscribe to this channel and leave a comment about which stories of wartime resilience fascinate you the most. Today, we're exploring one of the most ingenious and honestly overlooked survival strategies in modern history: secret tunnels. These hidden passages were not only lifelines for civilians facing occupation, but they also became symbols of human ingenuity under unimaginable pressure. For anyone interested in history or survival tactics, understanding how these tunnels functioned offers insights that go far beyond textbooks. By the end of this guide, you'll have a deep appreciation for the practical strategies civilians employed to evade capture, secure food, and maintain a shred of freedom amidst the chaos of war. During World War II, occupied territories became a deadly chessboard where every move could be fatal. Civilians living under enemy surveillance had to think like both architects and tacticians. Many began converting basements, barns, and even abandoned homes into hidden tunnels. The primary objective was simple evade patrols, escape raids, and store vital supplies. Tunnels were often dug beneath the floors of existing structures to avoid suspicion. In cities like Warsaw and Rotterdam, residents would reinforce the ceilings with wooden beams and carefully conceal entrance points under furniture or loose floorboards. These tunnels weren't mere holes. They were sophisticated networks, some extending for hundreds of feet, connecting homes, warehouses, and even safe houses. Practically speaking, this strategy teaches a critical principle of wartime survival. Concealment combined with strategic planning is essential. Modern survivalists can apply this by learning to assess their environments, recognizing natural hiding spaces, and reinforcing them safely. Even temporary shelters can benefit from thinking several moves ahead, planning multiple exits, storing essential resources in hidden compartments, and maintaining a low profile in high-risk scenarios. Hunger was one of the most immediate threats for civilians in occupied zones. With rationing enforced by occupying forces, hidden storage became a lifeline. Many tunnels doubled as cold storage. Underground conditions provided a naturally insulated environment, keeping perishable food like vegetables, grains, and dairy products fresh for longer periods. In rural France, families expanded cellars to include branching storage chambers, often using sandbags and airtight containers to protect supplies from dampness and pests. For survivalists today, the lesson is clear. Environmental control is, absolutely crucial. Underground or hidden storage can maintain the integrity of food, water, and other necessities, especially when conventional supply chains are, compromised. Even in a modern context, securing resources in inconspicuous, climate-stable areas, whether under a shed, in a basement, or within a root cellar, can significantly extend survival capabilities during crises. Tunnels were more than hidden passageways. They were lifelines for information and coordination. In cities like Lviv and Belgrade, civilians developed networks linking multiple households, allowing news of enemy movements, ration distributions, or imminent raids to travel safely without interception. Some tunnels were equipped with signalling methods, such as discreet knocks on pipes or coded chalk marks, alerting others to danger. This allowed residents to move between safe houses or acquire food without exposing themselves to patrols. Understanding this aspect emphasizes a core survival principle. Collaboration amplifies resilience. A single, well-hidden tunnel might save one family, but a network multiplies the chance of survival across a community. Today, anyone preparing for high-risk situations can draw from this model by establishing discrete communication channels, developing coordinated movement strategies, and ensuring that resources are shared among trusted participants, thereby strengthening collective safety. Some tunnels were designed explicitly for escape. In occupied Poland and France, resistance groups dug routes that connected to forests, rivers, or even Allied-controlled areas. These exits were often camouflaged with foliage or debris, making them, pretty much invisible from the air or street level. Escape routes were deliberately indirect to avoid predictable paths. A tunnel might twist or branch to confuse pursuers, with hidden chambers along the way serving as temporary resting points. From a practical standpoint, these examples reinforce the importance of planning multiple contingencies. Modern survivalists can learn from this approach by mapping several evacuation routes, concealing emergency exits, and creating temporary rest or supply points along potential escape paths. Strategic redundancy, ensuring that no single failure will compromise the plan, is a timeless principle demonstrated vividly by these wartime tunnels. Despite the ingenuity of tunnels, they were not without danger. Collapses, enemy detection, and ventilation issues could turn a hidden refuge into a death trap. Civilians developed meticulous routines to minimize risk, such as shoring up tunnel walls, limiting the number of people underground at one time, and rotating food and water supplies to prevent contamination. This meticulous attention to safety underscores that survival is never purely about creativity. It demands discipline and, consistent vigilance. For contemporary enthusiasts, the takeaway is that preparation must always include risk assessment. Any hidden shelter or supply cache requires planning for structural integrity, environmental hazards, and security protocols. Learning from these historical examples can save lives during extreme conditions, and also instills a mindset of foresight critical to any survival scenario. The stories of secret tunnels reveal a universal truth. Survival relies on adaptability, innovation, and careful planning. Whether you are a historian studying civilian ingenuity or a survivalist developing strategies for self-reliance, there are actionable steps to take. Assess your environment for natural concealment, develop multi-layered storage solutions, establish secure communication channels, and plan multiple escape routes. Above all, maintain discipline in the management of resources and hazards. The courage and foresight of those civilians in World War II demonstrate that even under the harshest conditions, human ingenuity can create lifelines where none seem possible. Civilian ingenuity during World War II shows how ordinary people transform fear into strategy and scarcity into survival. Secret tunnels were more than physical spaces. They were symbols of human resilience, tactical thinking, and the will to live. By studying these networks in depth, history enthusiasts gain a deeper understanding of the war's human dimension, while survivalists glean timeless lessons that remain relevant today. If you found this deep dive into wartime survival compelling, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more in-depth historical guides and leave a comment sharing which survival strategy or story inspired you the most. Share this video with fellow history buffs who want more than just surface-level facts. Every insight from history has a lesson to offer, and together we can uncover them, one secret tunnel at a time.